Has USC called you?
They haven't, but as they say, representatives of the organization have called, your people called my people just to see if you're interested.
And?
Not interested.
So what's the question there? They go through your agent and say?
Someone calls somebody and says, hey, would he have any interest?
That's it?
That's it. And fortunately, I was able to quickly say, no, I can give them some names, but I don't have any interest.
Why wouldn't you listen?
I coached for 28 years and loved it and had the best job in football working for Jim Irsay and coaching Peyton Manning. And there was a time when it was just done and over with. And so now I'm on to other things. And first of all, I don't know anything about college football other than seeing it through my son's eyes and being there as a fan and a dad. College football is so different from the NFL. And that's what I think USC needs to do. They need to get a great college coach, in my opinion.
Franklin at Vanderbilt.
Kevin Sumlin. Chris Peterson. That's the guys I'd be looking for.
Well, what about the offensive coordinator with the Colts?
Well, and that's another guy. Now, if you don't hire a guy who's been a head coach already, Pep Hamilton was the offensive coordinator at Stanford, knows how to recruit in that West Coast area, great offensive mind, knows college football, knows the Pac-12, and he's a very, very good coach. Now, he hasn't been a head coach, won't bring you that glamour that Kevin Sumlin might, but those are the guys I'd be looking at.
If you're Kevin Sumlin, would you go to USC or stay at Texas A&M?
That's a good question. I don't know that I would go to USC if I'm Kevin Sumlin.
Wow. Is it still a great job, though?
It should be, and I think it is.
The brand got hurt a little bit there with Lane Kiffin.
It has, but I think you can recover just like Ohio State recovered. Michigan, all those top schools will recover. California, you've got such a recruiting base. We talked about it before. DeAnthony Thomas should be at USC, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to get those guys now to come back to USC.
Well, I'm glad you turned it down. And people always say the same thing to me. Would Tony coach again? I said, no, he's done. No. You got little ones at home. You and your wife have adopted children. And, that's what I love about you. You give your word, it's your word. And people still keep calling.
I guess you have to figure it out. But I am done, and I'm enjoying life right now.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.